that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open, you'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk at the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk at the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk at the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk at the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
We got another viewer topic. And this is a great topic that we're really going to be able to go deep with. Hold on, I gotta scroll back up. Cass asks, does porn ruin your expectations in your sex life?
That's a good topic.
Immediately
actually.
followed by a second question. Three-way with Maria, Ed? Or, I'm sorry, she was asking Maria. She was offering to you. And let me read one more comment before we get into this, and I'll reread it
again.
Tal says he spends all his time in the game and wants us to join so he can talk to us. If we can't have genuine, in real life relationship with him, then this shallow one where we can mess each other twice a year will have to do. No, I think that's fair, Tal. And if he was toxic before, and I realize it sounds like it was you that reached out to him to reestablish this, he's not genuinely interested or doesn't know how to handle it. So yeah, just toxic is toxic. And just because he's distracted by a video game doesn't mean he's a better person now than he was then. So back to the new question. Does porn ruin your expectations in your sex life? Ed?
I have heard of some relationships that yes, it did indeed. And it's usually men.
Mm-hmm.
What they've seen in the porn movie or video, they expect to be in real life. Haven't experienced that for myself, but yeah, I've heard women friends tell me that.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I've known people who get so hooked on porn that regular sex doesn't appeal to them. They get stuck in their own head is what basically happens. And I've had other friends who share a healthy porn with each other as a couple.
Yeah.
And I have others that just use it as a supplement. So, you know, there's different ways it can go. I think if used in a healthy way, with a bit of logic applied, it's not a big deal. It's going to be fine. But if you go in there unhealthy, then yeah, it's going to mess things up.
Yeah, I think it depends on the dynamics of the relationship. Sure, it's okay to watch a video and say, hey, let's try that, you know.
Right.
But you got to consider your partner. They may not be that, let's try that, you know. And I don't know. Hopefully there would have been a meeting of the minds if you were that way and they were not before you hooked up. But yeah.
Here's what I will tell you. Anybody who maybe has not been in a long-term relationship or had sex more than once or twice, porn is porn. Porn is acting. It's like saying a cop's job is just like it is in the movies. Okay? It's not.
Yeah.
And I think the most important aspect of realizing what is unrealistic about porn is body image. Yeah?
What's unrealistic about porn is they have pizza delivery.
Dear
I
God,
do
what
not
is
have
that
pizza
thing?
delivered.
You don't have
Ruined.
repairman?
Yeah, you know.
So, yeah, I think most of us don't look like people in porn. And some of us...
Depends on what you watch.
It's true. That's very true.
True.
But a lot of people, or some people, get hooked on the body type in popular porn, mainstream porn, how about that, is what I want. Most people don't look like that. They don't look like a stick figure or whatever.
Or the cartoon.
I like cartoon porn.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a realistic body image.
But I've never been able to find a woman with eyes twice the size of her own head. And a huge drop of sweat whenever she gets nervous. And by the way, a couple comments here. Gary says, never happened to me. Cass says, I asked because I know Billie Eilish has talked about it in the media before about how porn ruined her sex life or something along those lines. And let's see what we have other. Joe has thrown in, if she doesn't act like a porn star on your pole, you need to find another hole. I have seen porn stars act. They're not very good, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're not very good. You know.
Yeah.
I checked out porn on the internet. Who hasn't? Okay, I'm a healthy male. I'd rather watch amateur videos any day than watch some professional shit.
Gary says, I have had a couple of women that wanted to recreate kinky porn shit I wasn't into. And Kes says, porn sometimes makes me feel so self-conscious about my body. Porn is a fantasy. And if you keep it as a fantasy, it's at an arm's length, it's pretty safe. But the moment you start thinking it's reality is where it starts to break you. Because if I take myself and put myself into that porn thing, suddenly reality breaks through with, those two chicks aren't bringing you home.
No.
You're short, you're fat, you're old. You ain't going home with two 19-year-old college chicks or whatever the scenario is.
Why would you want to?
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the next thing that flows through is like, oh, 19-year-olds don't even know how to wash themselves yet.
Right.
It's, yeah, there's icky things. Please get the hose before anything starts.
Kess, her statement there, porn sometimes makes her feel self-conscious about her body. And Maria's, porn has probably harmed my self-esteem, especially what I've seen, or shall we say, women's lower areas aren't realistic expectations. And here's what I gotta say, you know, both of those are body image. Ladies, variety is the spice of life. There is a man out there that loves what you got.
Guaranteed. But yeah, if you're
Or a woman, whatever you're into,
right.
You know.
And when it comes to really anybody's lower areas, you know, just like the rest of our bodies, our genitals come in all kinds of shapes, sizes, and weird little marks. And that's just something you get to explore with your one or more than one, you know, if you're polyamorous. So, Joe says, I don't watch porn myself because I like to save my libido for the stage. But if I was watching it, I'd totally be more into amateur shit too. So let's see. Hey, Allie, how are ya? It's Allie. We are recording Talk of the Tavern podcast, and this was a question asked by a viewer. So welcome to the tavern. Okay, Joe makes now Joe likes to come in and play the arrogant asshole. It's just a simple truth right there. But he said something very sensible here. Yeah, every vagina looks different, and honestly, we're not all that worried about the shape of it. Really, we just want y'all to fucking shave it. And even that doesn't matter to a lot of guys. That was definitely a thing for
I
a
don't
while.
care if you shave it.
I don't care
All
either.
natural's okay with me.
I
I got a
do.
long tongue. I can reach in there.
I do want it clean. That's really
Yes.
Yeah.
Clean.
Shaved or not shaved. Wash your pussy. You know. And by the way, gentlemen, shaved or not shaved, wash your junk.
And if you're not circumcised, dudes, pull that skin back, wash under there. Just public service announcement here. Pull that skin back and wash under there. Okay.
So yeah, I think the most dangerous part of porn is getting stuck in that fantasy world. On the positive side of it, in other words, I really like what I'm seeing there, so I can't find it in the real world. Or in the negative side of it, which is I never look like that, so nobody will want me. But yeah, the whole thing with sex, and you know what? Even if you come back from a hot date, maybe consider a shower before sex, depending how long it was that you were on that date. Especially if you went holding hands in the zoo, then out to dinner afterwards, so you've been walking in the heat all day. Go, hey, why don't we foreplay in the shower? Because, yeah, wash it.
Yeah.
Or, give me 5 minutes, and then you'll take 5 minutes. Are we understood? Whatever.